Hello, I'm Dave Karger. Welcome back to TCM. Our afternoon continues now with a quintessential performance from Steve McQueen. In the late 1960s, McQueen was at the peak of his career and had become famous for playing cool anti-hero types. Up next is the movie that cemented this image, McQueen's most iconic role and the one he personally liked the best. From 1968, it's the detective thriller Bullitt. McQueen plays the title character, Frank Bullitt, a rebellious San Francisco police detective assigned to protect a runaway gangster who's agreed to inform against the mob. When the criminal is killed on his watch, McQueen hushes up the murder and sets out to solve it in his own unorthodox way. Steve McQueen not only starred in Bullitt, he also produced the film under the banner of his own company, so he was able to call the shots. One important decision he made early on was to shoot the entire film on location in San Francisco rather than on a studio backlot. The city itself became a central character in the film, and shooting on location gave the movie a more realistic tone than other detective dramas of the era. Most notably, the city's steep streets became the setting for some of the best car chase sequences ever captured on screen. Bullitt introduced new possibilities when it came to action-packed chases, and the film's co-producer, Philip D'Antoni, saw right away that the car chases made the movie especially popular with audiences. He went on to include more riveting, memorable chases in the streets of New York City in two thrillers he produced in the early 1970s, The French Connection and The 7-Ups. From 1968, directed by Peter Yates, with a cast that also includes Robert Vaughn, Jacqueline Bisset, Don Gordon, and Robert Duvall, here is Bullitt. Bullitt premiered in 1968 when Steve McQueen was at the peak of his stardom. The movie came on the heels of a string of Steve McQueen hits throughout the 60s, beginning with The Magnificent Seven and continuing with films like The Great Escape, The Cincinnati Kid, and The Thomas Crown Affair. He had also recently earned an Oscar nomination for The Sand Pebbles. By this point, McQueen was in a position to choose and produce his own projects, and he chose Robert L. Pike's detective thriller Mute Witness, adapting it for his own production company and changing the title to Bullitt. The movie gave McQueen the chance to play the kind of rebellious character type he'd become famous for, and it also allowed him to perform daredevil stunts, which was also his trademark. McQueen loved to perform his own stunts in all of his movies without using a double. In Bullitt, where he did use a stunt double at times, the sequences were spectacular, including lying under a jet airliner as it taxied down a runway and driving in the car chases that made the movie famous. Up next, Errol Flynn and Ann Sheridan star in a World War II drama released in 1943. Stay with us.
Next on TCM, Edge of Darkness. Then, Sullivan's Travels. And later, Contempt. We admire BJ Novak's taste tonight.